Yo, what's up? It's your girl Bree at Cryptic Tales of Tarot. Anyways, guys, this today is a recording about psychic attacks and their side effects because the karmic feminine wants to start a spiritual warfare with the divine feminine. So listen up. Here's what to expect. I just said, you know, if y'all are seriously having a good day. But if not, remember that everything does get better in time. And tomorrow is Friday or Friday. I know, I'm being stupid, but whatever. Anyways, I know some of you guys have been probably getting tired of my video recordings where I'm just talking, but I'm not just talking to listen to myself. Trust me. No, no, that's not the case. I'm talking because these are important topics that need to be discussed in spirituality and in the world of the occult. Okay, and not to mention, I am cleansing some of my spiritual tools at the moment. Okay, but, anyways, when I'm talking about things here, it's knowledge is power, just remember that, okay? They've always say that knowledge is power. So, psychic attacks, and that's because I am friends with many people in the collective, the divine masculines and divine feminines in many countries all over the world through different websites that are dedicated to spirituality and the occult. And they're experiencing the same symptoms from other satanic cults that have been fucking with them 311 on the timer. And for the whole collective, it's not our first rodeo with psychic attack symptoms because these attacks have been going on for years, like 9 to 12 years for some, and for some people, 14 years. And it's been a hell of a journey. Like I wouldn't wish this shit on my own worst enemy. So, but of course, most of you know by now. Y'all know for the longest time who's been causing it and why they're doing it. Okay? And after this recording, I've got another one, a special one for protection because we all need to step up our game with the protection. 4:30 on the timer. So, now that we got through that shit, number one here, you sense that something is off. I mean, these symptoms, like I said, started years ago. You sense that something is off. You can't explain how you know, but you just know. And because of that, you don't feel comfortable and it's nearly impossible to relax. That's your intuition trying to get your attention about certain people, places, and things that you surround yourself with. Most people describe it as a sense of impending doom, that something bad is going to happen unexpectedly. And believe it or not, but people can send you negative energy through social media. And guys, that is the perfect way to put it for anybody who is a reader on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or, stalking you on Facebook or any of your social media accounts. And shit, I mean, they've been working with tech geniuses that 616 on the timer. Tech geniuses that have illegally gotten a hold of certain documents on your computer and shit, sending negative energy. They've even created secret profiles, numerous secret profiles, especially the karmic feminine and the karmic masculine. Ooh, just up your asses. So, based on my experience, I started to feel something weird going on because my instinct kept telling me that there was some bad juju going on. See, because I've discovered that I've had spiritual talents for a long time. It's actually, it's genetic. It just doesn't come out until later years. But anyways, I did feel like something was off, but I didn't know where it was coming from or who was doing it at that time. Okay? And at that point, me and my DM started arguing over petty shit and started drifting apart. 7:57 on the timer. Okay? I'll get some more shit later. Number 2, you start having thoughts of someone or group of people talking crap about you. When it comes to these types of psychic attacks, some victims may think that they're going crazy, but in reality, it's their intuition trying to tell them that there are people who are talking shit about them. And eventually, when the victim finds out who's all been involved, they're heartbroken because it's usually the people that you least expect. My experience, this is exactly what happened. I think the worst part of it all was that when I initially thought that it was a small group, I was sadly mistaken. It was a huge ass crowd. Like I've said before in other readings, I made a list and counted it, and it was anywhere, well, 9:14 on the timer. It was anywhere between 150 to 200 people. And because they all operated like the mafia, because everybody knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. And it was different cities, different states, and even different countries who all had connections. So I had to work like my own private investigator to figure out who these assholes were because the psychic attacks were coming at me left and right. And I had to do something about it with 10:01 on the timer. Number three, black magic or dark rituals. These psychic attacks involve occult practices to harness and direct negative energies towards a specific person. The dark practitioners are doing it intentionally to harm or control the victim. 10:30 on the timer. I'll tell you what, karmic masculine had me by the throat. This is the epitome of what was going on. To me, the people who I thought were my friends were actually a bunch of Satanists, and I'm not gonna go into religion, blah blah blah, and whatever. You can believe whatever you want. You know, the Constitution says you can believe what you want. But these people were hurting me and Divine Masculine intentionally, okay? And it was because I broke up with the Karmic Masculine. And obviously it pissed him off. So then he started making up all kinds of rumors about me to make me look like a monster. And that's what made everybody hate me. And that's how the whole coven started doing black magic on me every month. Specifically during the new moons and full moons. And they were also doing magic on the masculine as well, but they were just much more slick about shit. Mm. Relationship screen. The negative and evil energies that are being sent through psychic attacks can leave a serious, heartbreaking impact on personal relationships, thus causing arguments and misunderstandings, and a general sense of feeling disconnected from loved ones and possibly feeling disconnected from the outside world altogether. Once again, this is exactly what happened to me when I felt like something was off. These attacks definitely put a strain on me and my masculine's relationship, okay, which made us break up. And some people refer to this type of magic as breakup love spells, and that's exactly what was going on, okay? And my karmic masculine wasn't the only one involved in these rituals, but it was also the masculine's karmic feminine who was doing it too, out of jealousy that I was dating him. She was no longer with him, hadn't been for years, but she still wanted him. But because of her poor behavior of cheating and other bullshit, didn't want to be with her. You know, and then I was with him. And so, of course, jealousy, and she was involved too. And the most devastating part of it was that me and my divine masculine, we talked about marriage at that point. And finally, not only was I heartbroken over the breakup, but I was also depressed by how many people, those who I thought were my friends, stopped hanging out with me, all because of a false narrative that the karmic masculine was telling everyone. But when I found out that they were just a bunch of snakes and shit, I didn't want to hang out with them anymore. Was it lonely? Yeah. And then, the isolation spells start. That's another part of a psychic attack. The next one, ongoing blockages and obstacles. These psychic attacks will create many barriers and unnecessary problems to make the victim remain stagnant and hinder any progress that they're trying to make in regards to their career, relationships, and personal growth, etc. Once again, this has been the story of my life for the past 9.5 years now. After me and my divine masculine broke up, all hell broke loose in every other department of my life. And I'm not being dramatic when I say that. Like, after that, I lost my job and kept looking for others. But they always ended up being temporary, or I just didn't get the job, period. I lost my money from not having any work, but also because the coven soaking out the energy from sacral chakra to manifest money and tangible things for themselves. Okay, let's see. Got into a car crash and then didn't have a source of transportation, which made it more difficult to look for a job. And the list of bullshit just keeps going on. If I were to really sit here and talk about all the crap that was done, we'd be here until Christmas of next year. The next thing, ongoing battles of bad luck or misfortune. The victim will experience a long streak of bad luck that can last for months or years, and these unfortunate events and accidents are way too coincidental. As it, all the battles and life hardships that I went through, well, just some of them I had just mentioned, but the whole story of everything I went through, you know what? Shit. That would take not just telling the story until Christmas of next year, but if it was turned into a book, it would be the whole series of The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and the Twilight series. All of that to describe the mierda that I went through. Next thing, sickness, unexplainable illness, or health struggles. The telltale signs are nausea that comes out of the blue, constant fatigue that you just can't shake off no matter how much you sleep, dizziness, lack of coordination and balance, clumsiness and dropping things, body aches and pains, stomach aches, digestive issues, women developing problems with their uterus, changes in vision and hearing, stabbing pains in the back, cold night sweats, insomnia, and nightmares and night terrors, etc. Furthermore, if you end up fighting chronic illnesses over a long period of time, then your psychic attacks are coming from an entity instead of a person, okay? Fucking creepy as shit. 1919 on the timer. If your illnesses are lasting for a long time, then it's not someone sending the evil eye to you. It's because they have sent an entity your way. How creepy is that? Oh my god. And of course, they're laughing their asses off. But we still got through it all, right? Those fuckers wouldn't last one motherfucking day of it. Let's see. However, before it gets to that point, okay, you need to learn how to balance and protect your work field so you can defend yourself against future attacks. 2030 on the time. And I'll just tell you guys that when it came to me, uh, over many, many months, my calendar was just full of doctor's appointments, like nonstop. And sometimes it would be two doctor's appointments a day or every other day for a plethora of things. Oh, thank God for health insurance, right? And for those of you who didn't, I feel so incredibly sorry for you because the illnesses came out of nowhere. And I mean nowhere. You just started feeling like ultimate shit. And a lot of y'all, I mean, it affected your work. Y'all probably got laid off or fired because you missed off so many days of work and shit. Because you're trying to figure out why you're so sick. Some fucked up shit. Anyways, crown chakra attacks. Okay. This is when you start feeling a random tingling sensation at the top of your head, aka your crown chakra. And well, that's either somebody or something, some entity that's trying to suck out. It's like you feel like they're sucking your brain out of your skull. I'm not joking, I'm not being dramatic. It feels, you ever see a fucking big ass vacuum hose? It literally feels like somebody has a fucking vacuum hose like this to your head, soaking shit out. And it's awful. And your thoughts are uncontrollable. Your thoughts are spinning because it's affecting your crown, your head. And what they're doing is they're trying to suck out the knowledge that you have about the magic going on because by that time they know that you know what the fuck they're doing. And also, it's meant to, how do I say, it's meant to fuck with your psyche. So they take out the knowledge that you got, and then, using energy manipulation and crap to fuck around with your psyche. And that's how you start having, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, worry, fear, paranoid, all of that crap. Let's see. And while it's going on, in your mind, you think it's like, oh, 3 to 5 minutes long. Okay. It's like, you're on the roller coaster and it's like, please get me off. Please get me off. But like I said, it feels like it lasts about 3 to 5 minutes, but it's probably not that long, but who fucking knows? Because, I mean, people can be very fucking vicious and ruthless and brutal. And then after that, you're left with an excruciating migraine, like to the point where you feel your eyeballs are throbbing and want to come out of your head. Well, when shit like that happened to me, Excedrin was my best friend. Oh, I am not the only tarot reader and spiritualist that experienced that shit. And then you have nightmares and night terrors. When psychic attacks invade your dreams, they become nightmares and night terrors. People describe the dreams as being vivid and involving threatening figures, ominous symbols, or intense feelings of dread. Another thing to be aware of is sleep paralysis, which is a psychic attack when the person experiences threatening sensory experiences, but they're not able to move. They can't move. Like they feel that like they are being pushed down on the bed, being held down on the bed by something, some entity that they can't see, or maybe sometimes they do. But regardless, they can't move and they cannot yell for help. Can oh yo see changes in mood. People will start feeling scared and paranoid for no reason. They become moody and overly emotional, experience anxiety and panic attacks, depression, feel overwhelmed, lose their train of thought while in conversation, get angry easily, have chronic negative thoughts, mental fog or confusion, unable to focus, make decisions, or think clearly, loss of memory, especially on topics that you're an expert at, and losing touch with time and space. The next one, ongoing negative emotions. As previously mentioned, other than feeling depressed and constantly overwhelmed, the person just can't seem to oh my god, get rid of these negative emotions, regardless of what they do. And that's because these emotions really are stuck on you because it's these people, whoever's doing these psychic attacks on you, it's like literally, like throwing darts at you constantly. And they stick onto you like a leech, just sucking out your good energy and feeling like you're being watched. You may experience the feeling that you're being watched whilst you're going about your daily life. If this has happened to you, then you know how unsettling this experience can be, as it can leave you feeling paranoid. It'll have you questioning your own sanity, which is the whole point. Someone wants you to feel this way. So they're sending out these vibes that will make you unsettled, jumpy, and on edge. I'll tell you what, guys, these episodes went on with me for months. For months. I felt like I was being followed everywhere in my house. And then whenever I left the house, okay? And, when I got into my mother's car, always felt like there was something, an entity, sitting in the passenger side. And without a shadow of a doubt, that entity wanted me to get into a fatal car crash. Yep. And during those months, you really gotta watch the road with shit like that because um when these attacks are this severe and they're trying to get you into a fatal car crash, then they're gonna try to also uh make it difficult for you to drive in the sense of constantly having to watch the road in that do not skip a beat. Do not touch the fucking radio. Don't answer any phone calls or respond to any text messages. Just watch the road because there will be people that are driving crazy around you. Swerving, no fucking signals, running through stop sign, all kind of shit. Okay, and the last one, objects start breaking. Certain objects made out of glass, like mirrors, glass tables, and glass cups, etc., will start breaking, and that's because they've absorbed a large concentration of negative energy in a particular space. These incidents are another telltale sign that someone is sending you negative energy, especially if these objects suddenly break without an explanation. So, guys, you have already, you guys already experienced this shit, and the karmic feminine wants to start another spiritual warfare doing this shit. 33, on the timer. And I mean, she wants to do it obviously out of jealousy and because she feels like she's running out of time to secure the masculine, and it's bitch, get over it. You're not meant to be with him. And regardless of what she tries or anybody else tries, we're all protected. We are all protected by the divine and the archangels. We all see the number 444. So we're protected. So come to reality that you're not gonna get what you want, which is your fairy tale ending with the masculine. That's not gonna happen. Wow, 34:45 on the timer. It's gonna be the divine masculine and the divine feminine that get their fairy tale ending. There you go, guys. The next article or reading, it's it's a quick thing about how to protect yourselves on a much deeper level from this bullshit. Okay? And then, like I said in the other reading, which was the Divine Masculine Special, I kept seeing the number September 21st in my mind. And I don't know what the hell it was about. And I looked it up and I saw that it was going to be, the new moon, which is, it's all about love and engagements and marriages. How exciting. But it's for the people who deserve it. For 36:36 on the timer when I said that. It's for the people who deserve it. It is their dharma. Their dharma. The people who have been evil and doing all kinds of black magic, 36:56 on the timer, who have been doing all kinds of black magic and harassing the feminine and lies, rumors, bullshit, and constantly delaying the reunion. There's going to be a lot of breakups for you guys. Anybody who's dating, a lot of y'all are going to be breaking up. A lot of you guys that are married, you're going to be getting divorced. And anybody who's engaged, it's not going to fall through. And that is part of your karma of knowing what heartache feels like. Because this was a big, hard lesson of, fuck around and find out. You want to mess with other people's lives, with their emotions, their thoughts, their relationships, which is none of your fucking business. The bad energy, the evil shit, it's being sent right back. So, I hate to be a smartass, but have fun with your heartaches. Because the collective, they're getting their Disney World happy ever after. Alright, y'all. Oi! Take it easy.